Hey guys, Cappy here. I've got a little bit of a different video today and I've managed to sort out my camera so that you can see my face and actually tell what colour my hair is, because a lot of the time it looks kind of black and it's really not black in any way. Even my natural hair colour is nowhere near black. It's a really sunny day, so I'm gonna sit indoors and make a video. Kind of felt like doing a Q&A, and then I thought it would be really funny to use Ask FM, because there's this thing called Get a Random Question. And when it says random question, it really means random. Some of them are just quite strange, and some of them assume a lot about you. Quite a few of them seem to assume I'm a man, or assume that I'm a typical girly girl, and it's both far from the truth. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the Get a Random Question, and I'm going to answer 10, and no matter what it comes up with, I'm going to answer it. So, here we go. We'll start with question of the day. What's the best cheese to eat with crackers? Okay, now this is starting with my field of expertise. Cheese! Love cheese so much. So, I would say... let's go with my 3 top ones. 1, just a really strong vintage cheddar. 2, oak smoked cheddar, because smoked stuff is amazing. 3, Mexicana, which is spicy cheese, and if you haven't tried it, you really should, and it is great on a burger. So there you go. Those are my cheese recommendations of the day. Question 2. When you look at yourself in the mirror today, what was the first thing you thought? The first thing I thought, to be quite honest, I don't look in the mirror when I first get up, because wow, don't want to see that. I go and get my coffee and clean my face first. But the first thing I usually think when I look in the mirror is, my God, sort your hair out, woman. It's not too bad if it's straight, but when it's like this and I've slept and I roll about all over the place and it just goes all over the place. Question 3. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? It's a tough question because I haven't been everywhere in the world. There's a lot of places I want to go to, and I may like to live there. I really want to go to America, because obviously I do. All the huge gaming events happen there. But going off that, Sweden as well. Sweden has a lot of big events I want to go to. Got to go to DreamHack at some point. And I really want to go to Italy. I love Greece. I've been there for my summer holiday for like the last 8 years. It's amazing. Corfu, specifically. I wouldn't mind living there. I wouldn't mind living in Greece. It gets a little bit... I mean, being a British girl, it gets a little bit hot. But I manage it. I really want to go to Australia, preferably not in the summer, because again, can't handle that. And I love Switzerland, though I've only ever been there in the winter to ski. I really want to see Switzerland in the summer. So really, it just depends on what happens when I go to these places. Going on a complete guess right now, I'd go with the USA, because I could go and meet all the YouTubers. Question 4. What is the most played song in your music library? Well, let's open up iTunes and go have a look, shall we? Shadows by Lindsay Sterling. Not exactly shocked by that. And you know what my number 2 top played? Electric Daisy Violin by Lindsay Sterling. And number 3 top played? Spontaneous Me by Lindsay Sterling. Are you getting the picture? And then the next 3 are Smooth McGroove. Then there's My Brother's Band. And then there's another 3 of Smooth McGroove. I like YouTubers, guys. My most top played music that is not My Brother's Band or YouTuber is Motion City Soundtrack. They are an awesome band. If you don't know them, check them out. They're very weird, really great if you want to be in a good mood. Question 5. What is your favourite vegetable? Now this is a problem for me because healthy eating is very difficult for me. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't actually like very many healthy foods. Like the taste of them, I'm not that fond of. I do eat vegetables. If potato counted, I'd go with that because that's like one of my favourite foods ever in its various forms. Chips are amazing. Favourite vegetable, I suppose I would have to go with carrot. Because when I was a kid, just used to chew on them raw like a rabbit. Just waiting for a plane to go by. Anytime now. I'm not even sure what planes go over our house. It happens very rarely. But there is a flight path over our house and I don't know where it's going. Secrets. It's going to Hogwarts. Question 6. What's the worst movie ever? Well, it's assuming I've seen a lot of movies, and if anyone talks to me about movies, they quickly discover that I have either not seen them or don't remember anything about them. There's a lot of things that I've seen. I could have seen it twice, and I still don't even remember anything except maybe the main plot. Probably none of the characters' names. See something 3 times, maybe I'll remember something. The worst movie I've ever seen. Oh, I got it. Okay, I don't know the name of the film because it just happened to come on the BBC at like 2 in the morning after I'd been watching something else. I wouldn't have chosen to watch this, but I couldn't be bothered to get off the sofa. After like the first half an hour, you kind of feel committed. But it was basically a film about these 3 guys who go on a fishing trip for the weekend. And they find a dead woman in the lake. And instead of, like, taking her out of the lake and calling the police, like normal, sane human beings would have done, they tied rope around her ankles and tied her to a rock, leaving her in the water to float there with rope around her ankles, and carried on with their holiday. They just left her there and carried on with their fishing trip. And then went home. And and then the rest of the film was about this guy who was stalking people and killing them, and it was really disturbing, and I don't really know what the whole point of it was, and it didn't even end. It was just, yeah, it was disturbing, it made no sense, and none of the characters were remotely likeable. So if anyone's seen that film, let me know what the name of it is, because I have no idea. Question 7. What do teenagers think about? Conveniently asking me this, as I'm not a teenager anymore. It wasn't that long ago that I was. What did I think about? I mean, the obvious answers that people go for. What do teenagers think about? Sex, drinking, not listening to anybody. But when I was a teenager, I thought about music, creative writing, hanging out with my friends, going to school because it was fun. Not the lessons part of it, but the seeing the friends part of it was fun. That's what I was thinking about. I didn't do any rebellion. I just didn't drink. I still don't really drink. You know, like once a month maybe I'll have a drink. That's about it. It really depends. If you're asking what I as a teenager thought about, pretty much the same things I think about now. What other teenagers think about, I don't want to know. Question 8. Where were you born? Okay, that's a simple one. I was born in London. Was there until like a month before my 2nd birthday, so I don't remember anything about living in London, but I was born there. And that would be why I don't even remotely have a London accent. I'm a Kent girl through and through. Number 9. If you were going to get a tattoo, what would it be and where? Oh god, I don't know. I'm probably never going to get a tattoo. I have thought about it a lot of times. There isn't anything that I feel so attached to, like an image, that I would want it there forever. I have no idea what it would be of. I really like tribal symbols, so it might be something like that. Tribal symbol. And where, I guess I would have it on my arm. I'd have a tribal symbol on the top of my arm. That's what I would go with. Question 10. What do you usually forget? Oh my god, the list is endless. I have the worst memory ever. I mean, I've already gone over how I forget everything that's in a film. That also goes for books. I can read a book, love it, and then read it a couple years later as if it's a completely new book. And there's even times where I think I remember what's going to happen. This isn't quite as exciting because I know what's happening. I know what's going to come, and I've remembered it wrong. And you're just like, oh, okay. It's kind of awesome though, because my favourite books, my favourite trilogies and stuff, I read through them like 3 times, and each time it's just as good as the first. So yeah, basically I forget media, but I remember a hell of a lot about people. Like my friends, I'm very good at remembering just like tiny details about them. Not too good at remembering birthdays, but I can remember like what food they had when we went out last year. But I remember things by food and beverages, basically, because we went to Portugal when I was 8 as the family, and my mum will go, oh, do you remember when we went down to that beach and it was lovely and the sun was setting and it was beautiful? I'm like, no, I don't remember that at all. No, I was only 8, Mum, come on. I was like, well, what was the food that you liked having best? Omelettes. Omelettes in Portugal were amazing. They were amazing. I had them like every night because I was demanding little child. We had to go to the same restaurant like every night so I could get this omelette. And they had this arcade box at the back of the restaurant where me and my brother would go and play. It was a fighting game of some sort. I don't know what it was called because it was in Portuguese. So I just called it Buff Buff Men. So yeah, for the whole holiday we're just like, can we go play the Buff Buff Men? Please? Please? So yep, that's a little insight into how my brain works. And that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want to ask me some questions, you can comment on this video, or you can go click the Ask FM link to ask me there. And maybe I'll put it in a future video. But for now, I'll see you later.